Okay, hello, welcome back. Today I'm not playing Happy Easter if you're Christian. Good morning, of course, if you're from Europe. Good day, good evening, or even good night if you're from somewhere else. So, today, like I said, I'm not actually going to play. I want to show you this thing, and I don't know what you know about this guy. Uh, let's see if this works. This kind of works. For me, it's I'm I really like history, and when you like history, do you know what type of history you tend to know best? It's your country history. So here is this guy talking about my country history. And what makes me think that he's a fraud, I don't know about other things that he says. I know some things aren't accurate, but when it comes to Dacia, right, when he talks about Dacia, as we call it, it's just mind-boggling. It breaks me because nothing he says is accurate, and I'm going to show you guys. This is going to be a short live because it's Easter here in Western Europe. So yeah, let's hear
correctly
him out.
called Julius Caesar. When he conquered Gaul, today France, he killed 1 million of the Celtic
I'm
population.
not French, so I don't
And
care
you go,
about
how
this.
bad was that exactly? There were 3 million Gauls. He murdered 1/3 of the population. He enslaved another million, right? That was the Roman way. Now, the Romans varied in how cruel they were. So when they got to Dacia, they
Here,
killed and enslaved everybody. In fact, they were
he
so
killed.
thorough about destroying Dacia, you don't know where Dacia is.
Okay, so he says when he got to when the Romans got to Dacia, they killed and enslaved everybody. Now, let me show you this. This is let me see if I can actually break it. So, yep, this is good. So this is the map of what the Romans could actually conquer. So if you look Dacia Superior and Admosia Inferior, Dacia Inferior, right? Dacia, if you're an English speaker. So they never got to conquer the whole Dacia. So if they didn't conquer the whole Dacia, how could the fuck could they kill and destroy and kill and enslave everybody? So eastern part of Dacia never got conquered. It's where Moldova as a country is today, but also the Romanian part of Moldova, because Moldova as a country that exists today exists because of the Soviet Union, right? Stalin just come and said mine on Romanians. Well, went because they couldn't do shit. And plus, the entire north part never conquered by the Romans, but somehow the Romans killed and enslaved everybody. Now let's go forward because this guy's full of shit when it comes to the Roman Dacian war. Let's see where was it? It's here. Sorry, and I have to bring this. I don't know how to use these tools, man.
It's effectively been erased from history.
Erased from
I'll tell you
history.
where it is. It's Romania.
Romania, my home
As in
country.
the
Yes.
Romans erased it from existence and then named it after themselves. In Rome, there is
So listen to here. So the Romans erased it from existence, and look, my friends. So I'm going to put you this map again because this one also shows you the name of the fucking province and how stupid this guy is. Because you can just Google these things. It's everybody, not it's everywhere. Wikipedia, and you can go. if you don't trust Wikipedia, you can actually read about the Roman Dacian wars. There were two wars. You can actually read about it in like Encyclopedia Britannica and stuff like that. So you can even see the name of the provinces, right? It was Dacia Superior, Dacia Inferior, and one part became like Mercians Inferior. You see here a part of the Mercia Inferior. So, which was a prior province that the Romans had. So they never renamed it. I mean, when Trajan, which was the greatest emperor, right, the Roman Empire ever had, he is not that known, but he's like the number one on the top of the Romans. Um, so when Trajan actually was able to conquer Dacia, he renamed uh, Dacia like Dacia. Dacia. I think it was called the whole Dacia was Dacia Felix, and after that, that was as you can see divided into three parts: Dacia Superior, Dacia Inferior. He never renamed it Romania. Romania didn't become Romania until 1866. That's when Romania, when the first two Romanian countries, which, and I'm going to tell you throughout history what they were called. So you had the center part was called Transylvania, the eastern part was called Moldova, and the south part of Romania was called Wallachia or the Romanian county. But uh, but it was Wallachia, right, throughout the ages. So only when they come together as a whole, they came up in the 1800s. They came up with the name Dacia. So this guy is full of it. The Romans didn't fucking rename the country after themselves. It's because Romanians, they were called themselves that, Romanians. When they were asked, what are you? They didn't say, I'm a Valach or I'm a Transylvanian or I'm a Moldavian. They would say, I'm Romanian. And then they came up with this idea that they should call, when they united, they should call the country Romania. So the Romans had absolutely nothing to do with it. It's full of shit. And this is another thing here, right at the end. Let's see. No. Oh my God, I suck at this. So let's put this guy together. And now he's talking about, look,
The only monument commemorating genocide. It's still there. You can go see it.
right. So he's talking about let's put it here, right? Columna Traiana, Trajan's column. It has nothing to do with genocide, like I told you, because they never killed the Romans. They absolutely never killed the Romans. So uh, uh, this was there because he conquered the Dacians, and the Dacians were such a pain in their ass for such a long time. Nobody, a lot of people don't know about Dacia because Romania is a small country and it, right, nobody takes her side to show her history. Romania has a pretty great history, so Dacians were a really big pain in the ass for the Romans. They had some of their greatest defeats with generals dying in against Dacia. So they had this um, just a few years, like 50 years prior to Trajan conquering Dacia, they had suffered a very harsh defeat by the Dacians, and they had this humiliating peace treaty with the Dacians. So that's why that column is there. They were so proud that they could take conquer the Dacians. Also, it is said that the biggest booty in antiquity, right, in the ancient history, was taken out from Dacia. the biggest amount of gold. The, the Romans didn't have to pay taxes for a whole year because of this war. They Dacia was really, really uh, how do you say, rich because the Dacians were like the first Vikings in the way. That's what they do. They also they were not if you're Romanian when you're in school they teach you that the Dacians they were just chilling. We were good people and the Romans came and just wanted it because we were rich. But it was not the case. The Dacians plundered a lot. That's what they do. They went into the neighboring countries or the neighboring Roman provinces and they would like pillage and they would steal stuff and then come home with the booty. So they were doing the same fucking thing that the Vikings would do in between the 800 and the year 800 and 1100, right? That's the Viking period, you might say. The difference is the Vikings were sailors, so they were and bigger probably. I don't know. The Dacians were pretty big as well. If you look how. So this column here, it's because they were proud that they could take Dacia. It has nothing to do with genocide. The Dacians were never genocide. The Dacian is still there. And how do you know it's still there? First of all, the names. The names of the um, rivers, the names of the places there, uh, everything. It's a lot of them are Dacian. Also, the Romanian language has about 300 words. There are we know for sure that they're Dacian. Others we don't know, but 300 that we use generally, and some of them like really common, like the name for cheese and the name for horse or the name of the bank for the bank of a river and stuff like that. The name for other foods like cabbage or they're all Dacian. They're how the fuck with a nation that has been killed or enslaved uh, will have that. There should be no nations left, right? In the center of where Romania is today. It should be just Romans. So he's full of it. You can watch it. I don't know if he has other stuff uh, about his other stuff, but when it comes to the Roman Dacian wars, he's full of it. The Romans never named Dacia. They just renamed it as a province as Dacia Felix. They never conquered it all, so they couldn't kill and enslave everybody because they conquered like not even half of it. And also, this column is 100% not a genocide monument. So you can go back.
That exactly. There were 3 million
So here's
Gauls.
he talks
He
about the
murdered
goals, which
one
I
third
don't
of the
know.
population. He
I
enslaved
don't
another
I
million.
don't think they
Right?
enslaved a
That
million
was the Roman
Gauls.
way.
I think
Now the
it's full of
Romans
shit
varied
heroes.
in how cruel they were. So when they got to Dacia,
So here it is, right?
right? That was the Roman way. Now the Romans varied in how cruel they were. So when they got to Dacia, they killed and enslaved everybody. In fact, they were so thorough about destroying Dacia, you don't know where Dacia is. It's effectively been erased from history. I'll tell you where it is. It's Romania, as in the Romans erased it from existence and then named it after themselves. In Rome, there is the only monument commemorating genocide. It's still there. You can go see it. When Gaius Julius Caesar, the guy you incorrectly call Julius,
Yeah. So from my point, so that's what I wanted to say. Happy Easter to everybody. I for me it was I see this guy a lot in uh, on the internet, and that's why I wanted to talk about him. So from my point of view, he's definitely a fraud. I don't know, like I said, I don't know about other stuff that he's talking, but when it comes to my country's history, He's full of shit. And everybody that knows, I mean, you can take a kid that's like, of, I don't know, third grade uh, or fourth grade, and he knows that he's full of shit. He knows that the Roman didn't kill and enslave all the Dacians. He knows, but he knows the fact that they didn't rename the country after themselves. That the Romanians did that in the 1800s when they unified, right? Romania was called Transylvania, Wallachia, and Moldova before that. It was never called Romania by the Romans. And the Romans just renamed it from Dacia to Dacia Felix. So absolutely, he's full of it. He's full of it. This Ray Cassandra guy. And what bothers me is that he's like a professor, right? He's in Austin, Texas, from what I understand. So he's a professor in universities in the U.S. and he can talk this stupid ass shit. So this, I mean, he can just Google it and see. Just Google like when did Romania become Romania, and everybody you can see it on Google. Romania became in the 1800s when the first two, Moldova and Wallachia, came together. They renamed themselves Romania. That's that. There was no Romans that come and rename Romania Romania. The Romans, like I said, the Romans just uh, renamed Dacia Felix from Dacia to Dacia Felix. So yeah, that's it about this guy, this Ray. I don't know where is Dacia today. So and look here, right? This is a statue from Rome. I don't know if you let's see how. Yes, you can see it well. So
And how
perfect.
cool it
So look here. This is a statue of a Dacian in Rome.
was
Look how
there
big it
and
is.
how
This is
cruel
not
they were.
normal.
So
I'm
when
going
they got
to
to
see if
Dacia,
he
they killed and
shows
enslaved everybody.
again.
In
Same
fact,
shit.
they were so thorough about destroying Dacia, you don't know where Dacia is. It's effectively been erased from history. I'll tell you where it is. It's Romania, as in the Romans erased it from existence and then named it after themselves. And it still holds the new name. Now, the
Yeah. So it doesn't matter. I wanted to say that uh, if you look at this guy, right? This is a Dacian statue, and this is only Dacians that are depicted this way in Rome. If you go, so the statue of the Dacians are big, human size or bigger than human size, and they're not with shackles on and stuff like that. That's because of the respect for the Dacian warrior that these guys had. You can also find. Oh, I can show you. It's his. So 300 years, and so you can see how much of how much full of shit this guy is. I can actually find. So this is I'm going to show you guys. So 300 years after they would have the Dacians would have been killed and enslaved and destroyed from existence, right? You have the Ark of Triumph of Constantine, 300 years after, or 200 years, it doesn't matter, right? From Constantine, Rome. Look at this thing. Let me see where the fuck they are. Yeah, they're up there. So let's see if I can make it big. I don't know what you guys are seeing. So I'm going to show you. I can't fucking make it big. Why? Here. Okay. Can I make this one big? I'm a come on, dude. Let me make it big. Ah, this is where. So look up there. Look up here, dude. So up there, if you look, those are Dacians. Everybody knows that on the Arc of Triumph from Rome, Constantine Arc of Triumph, he actually has Dacian warriors there on his arc. 300 years after, this guy says that they were killed and destroyed and enslaved, and that means that even 300 years later, these guys were considered like very strong warriors, and they will fight. Probably they had like a legion, or maybe a special legion with them in the Roman army. So this Roy Cassandra guy is so full of shit, so full of shit. But from the name part directly. So when he says that Romania's name, is, they renamed the Dacia Romania, the Romans. That's where Romania was named Romania in the 1800s. Until then, it was Transylvania, Moldova, and Wallachia. So that's period. Everybody knows that. Everybody that knows just a little bit of history when it comes to Eastern Europe knows that. Our neighbors fucking know that. And all the Romanians know that. So he's full of shit. And like I said, they never conquered. You have here, where is it? Ah, I've erased that. So they never conquered all Asia. Uh, so that's that. They and they couldn't have killed all the nations because we still have a lot of uh, a lot of Dacian words in the Romanian language, and we just know that they didn't. We know we're here. We're still here. So, like I said, I don't know about all the other things that he says, but when it comes to this thing, he's full of shit. So I want to thank everybody that watched this, and yeah, I think this guy's a fraud, and it's bad for society in today's age that we have these professors that they just talk out of their asses instead of actually going and studying and then talk about shit. It's not okay. It's not okay. If you cannot trust a professor, then who can you trust, right? You cannot have this type of professors out there. I don't know why and how this guy is a professor. If if he can just come out and say these stupid things like, oh yeah, yeah. So happy Easter, and I'll see you guys tomorrow when I'm going to start playing again. I didn't feel like playing it this morning, and I just this just popped in my head that this guy is a fraud, and I should make a video about him. So thank you. Bye.